Hey everybody, welcome back to In Bed with the Millennial. I'm the Millennial, Javeda Bay, and this is my bed. And it is our last week of March, which means it's our last conversation on compulsions. And today I want to talk about what I like to call compulsory monos. So compulsory monosexuality and compulsory monogamy, because we need to, and they're kind of similar. So let's get into it. Javed, what is compulsory monosexuality and monogamy? Well, compulsory monosexuality is the idea that you're only supposed to be with one person. Like you're only supposed to be attracted to like one type of person. So in this case, you're either heterosexual or homosexual. There's no in between of like being attracted or in relationships or engaging with the entire gender spectrum. Like no. You're only supposed to like the same or the opposite gender, and that's it. And compulsory monogamy is the idea that a one-on-one monogamous relationship is the only acceptable and correct way to be in a relationship. Again, no. And you might be wondering, okay, but again, Jave, why does this matter? Like, it's not that serious. I'm going to challenge you on that one, because when it comes to monosexuality, this notion that you're only supposed to be with like one gender is what really plays into a lot of like biphobia, and this notion that like bisexuality is not real, like you're just being greedy and all of those things, as they also apply to like pansexuality. So recognizing monosexuality is extremely important to recognize like how we're further perpetuating other phobias and isms. Also, when it comes to monogamy, we really got to talk about it, because this notion that it's only supposed to be one person can get real dangerous real quick, especially when you think of the way stigma further like plays out in other arenas of life. So for folks that are non-monogamous, it can be a real tricky area, because people have used the excuse like, oh, well, you're non-monogamous, so like you shouldn't raise our children in this after our divorce, because like that's inappropriate for children. Having abundance of love in the home is inappropriate for children. Okay. But yeah, so you see how it's important to recognize these things and know what they are, because they play out in a lot of different ways that can lead to actual harm for a wide variety of people. So you might be wondering, okay, but like how does it actually show up? How do I need to be like cognizant of it? Well, obviously shows up in the way that we don't validate or take people's relationship dynamics as being serious. So in the case of monosexuality, it's the erasure of bisexual individuals and pansexual individuals and other people that are not monosexual, and being like, that's not a real like sexual identity, sexual orientation, and like pushing them to the outskirts even more than they already are, and making it really difficult to like feel like you are valued and a part of different communities because you are bisexual or pansexual. And when it comes to compulsory monogamy, of course, you're going to do the same things that you were doing all this month, and recognizing like, hey, am I just like pushing this notion that somebody's supposed to only be with one person, even though we know for a fact that polyamory, polygamy all exist and have been existing for a long time. So recognizing like the roots of these things, y'all, no, let's be real, they were never created to serve everyone. They were created to get people to fall in line to meet an ideal that some other people held about what the world is supposed to look like in our societies and things of that nature. So just recognizing those things is extremely important. And you might be like, okay, but like, what can I actually do? And I'm going to say the same thing I've been saying. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. That means really pay attention to how you are engaging with people and the assumptions you're making about them, about their relationships, and what you're saying to them. Because if you meet somebody that's bisexual out in like a neighborhood in Philly or in West Hollywood, and you're like, what are you doing here? This is like a gay space. You're bisexual. Think of the harm that you're perpetuating. It's real. Also, for folks who are non-monogamous and you're just like making the assumptions like, oh, well, like how can you be like non-monogamous? Like how do you like balance that? Like they do, because it's possible. So check yourself before you wreck yourself. And as always, if you were someone in a position of power, use that power to help get rid of the stigma, to actually make it so that people can live their lives without having to worry about XYZ type thing that makes them not want to be who they are or engage in the relationships that they are engaging in. So yeah, that is that. Those are all of the compulsions that I've covered this month. If you were like, yo, Janae, I want more, hit me up. But definitely make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and make sure you're following me on all the social media platforms, and definitely make sure you subscribe to my email newsletter because good stuff comes with that thing. But yeah, until next time, I'm gonna see you later. Deuces.